The psychology behind male versus female cheating. Do men and women cheat for the same reasons? This question reveals more about relationships than most of us realize. When we look beyond the surface of infidelity, we find fascinating psychological differences that explain why forgiveness plays out so differently across genders. Research consistently shows that men and women often approach cheating with different primary motivations. Men frequently cite physical attraction and opportunity as their main drivers, while women more commonly point to emotional disconnection in their primary relationship. This doesn't mean these patterns apply to everyone. Human behavior rarely fits into neat categories, but understanding these tendencies helps us make sense of infidelity's aftermath. Men often compartmentalize their experiences. Imagine separate mental filing cabinets, where physical relationships are stored in one drawer and emotional connections in another. This separation allows some men to engage in physical affairs while maintaining genuine emotional commitment to their primary partner. Consider how a man might have lunch with a colleague, engage in flirtation or even physical intimacy, then return home and genuinely connect with his partner as if the earlier event occurred in a completely different reality. Women typically experience intimacy differently. For many women, emotional and physical connections are closely intertwined, like threads woven into a single fabric, rather than separate compartments. This means that when a woman seeks physical intimacy outside her relationship, she's often already formed an emotional connection with that person. As one relationship expert notes, when women cheat, it is often because they are unhappy with something in the relationship. This leads to outsourcing needs, seeking outside the relationship what feels missing within it. Think of a relationship like a house. Instead of repairing leaks in the roof, partners install buckets elsewhere to catch the rain. Men often outsource physical variety while maintaining emotional commitment at home. Women more frequently outsource emotional connection when these needs go unmet in their primary relationship. Challenging stereotypes is important though. Not all men cheat purely for physical reasons, and not all women cheat because of emotional disconnection. Recent studies show increasing similarities in how younger generations approach infidelity, with both genders citing emotional dissatisfaction as a primary factor. As gender roles evolve, so do psychological patterns around cheating. Childhood attachment patterns significantly influence how adults handle relationship challenges. People with anxious attachment styles often fear abandonment and may cheat as a reaction to perceived rejection. Those with avoidant attachment might use infidelity to create emotional distance when relationships feel too intense. Understanding your partner's attachment style provides valuable insight into potential vulnerability to infidelity. Self-esteem needs also manifest differently in male versus female infidelity. Men often seek validation of their desirability or status through outside attention. Women more frequently seek validation of their emotional value, seeking partners who make them feel heard and appreciated. Power dynamics create another layer of complexity. When one partner holds significantly more power, whether financial, social, or emotional, it can influence not just the likelihood of cheating, but also how it's processed afterward. Understanding these psychological differences gives men valuable tools for assessing their relationships. When a woman cheats, her actions often signal a breakdown in emotional connection that happened long before physical intimacy with someone else. This understanding doesn't make betrayal less painful, but helps men recognize that female infidelity typically has deeper roots. This knowledge changes how men might approach prevention and healing. Building strong emotional connections becomes as important as maintaining physical attraction. Creating space for open communication about unmet needs becomes essential. These psychological insights don't excuse infidelity by any gender, but understanding the different paths that lead to broken trust allows for more effective prevention and informed decisions about relationship healing.